I'm Jessica. I'm 36 and we're in Des Moines, Iowa.
Hi. Good morning. How are you feeling this morning?
Not too bad. It's been kind of a crazy morning, but not too bad.
How crazy?
So my daughter's on some medication that affects her immune system. And so we're trying to figure out that kind of the flu is starting to go around in her school. And so trying to figure out, do we keep her home? Do we let her go to school? And just trying to keep her healthy.
So thank you for being here, and I wonder why you did accept to answer my questions.
My pastor, Craig Ferguson, offered or said that you were doing some interviews, and it sounded kind of interesting. I didn't know a lot, but I thought, well, I trust him, so here I am giving it a try.
Okay. So you know the topic of it.
Yes, somewhat, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have much chance to read about it, but I thought that it would be a good experience.
So let's start. Who are you?
I am a mom. I was a social worker for quite a few years before I had my daughter and was a stay-at-home mom for a while. And now that she's back in kindergarten, just trying to figure out what I'm going to do from work and where to go from here while she's in school. So we just have one daughter, and so just her.
Would you like to share anything about your story?
I didn't really come from a family that that I remember doing a lot of politics with or that, but as I continued to get older, I just realized that we needed to be accepting, and everybody has their own story and their own difficulties, and we don't know where people are coming from, and people tend to not share some of those difficulties. And so just showing people grace and love, because we don't know what's going on in their life. And I can say from just some of the hardships that my family's been going through that people showing kindness and love and acceptance is what's really, helped us get through those trials.
What brings you joy?
Spending time with people, just getting together and interacting with them and being my real self, and just especially now having my daughter, just doing simple things with her that I used to enjoy as a kid or that are similar. And then church has really brought me joy. Being in that faith community with people that accept you on your best days and on your worst days, and just having that, I call them kind of my village, just that village of support that is always there, when I need somebody, and or to celebrate the joy and the fun in life too. That it's that faith community and that village that really helps and brings joy. And we're fortunate because we're a smaller church, and so we know everybody, and we also do a lot of getting together for meals and doing activities outside of church that are really meaningful compared to just going to church for an hour a day and then going home for the rest of the week, and then on Sunday going back for an hour. So it is nice to have those opportunities to do things outside of church to build those relationships.
What is your biggest fear?
I would probably say probably people's sickness or being a failure. So those are two tough things. And my daughter's been battling juvenile arthritis, and that's been pretty tough. And my dad's been sick, so just probably sickness.
How is your daughter?
She's okay. She's been going to the University of Iowa Children's Hospital now since May. And we're finally to a point with some medication and then some joint injections. Things are finally under control with her knee. So it's been tough just because she's 5 and she likes to be active, but for quite some time her knee was pretty swollen, and so she couldn't run and couldn't have fun with the other kids, and so that was tough. But she's finally doing better and able to run, and so we're working on some other places that are bothering her. But yeah, it's really helped us appreciate the small things in life. That's for sure. It's you don't really think about things until something happens. And I find myself, when she was really struggling, looking at other kids, and I'm like, I wonder what it's like to have a kid with 2 normal knees that can, not worry about what the next day is going to be like. But it's an adjustment, and we're so thankful and happy that she's finally able to run again and have fun with her peers.
What are you proud of?
Oh, I would say, my family, my beautiful daughter, and really kind of growing in my leadership in church. I started out being pretty timid, and now, once in a while when Craig's gone, I'll fill in for him, and I've filled in at a couple other churches when they've needed somebody. So just proud of those accomplishments and building those relationships. Um, and helping people along the way, just meeting them where they're at.
Do you feel anger sometimes?
Yeah, I do, unfortunately, sometimes a little too easily, just because sometimes I feel like life is so crazy and busy that sometimes it is easy to get angry instead of take a deep breath and slow down and process things.
Do you believe in something?
I absolutely believe in God and Jesus and all of and all of that. I know that there's somebody higher up there and a higher power, and that I'm, as much as I want to be in control sometimes, that I'm very much not in control.
Who is God?
Um, he is a loving, caring person that, regardless if I try to go against where I think he's trying to lead me, that he is always there. He's a protector. He's somebody that provides comfort, and somebody that's always there when you're on the highest mountaintop celebrating things and when you're in the valleys too.
Will you vote in 2020?
I probably will. Yes, I know in previous years I haven't, but I think I will this year.
Is it important?
So it is. I find myself sometimes getting so wrapped up in the chaos of my own life that I try to shut politics out, just because it seems like it's mostly negative. I find that, when you listen to candidates, they're more, well, this person isn't doing this and this person isn't doing that, versus talking about themselves and what, they can or they can't do. And it just gets kind of tiring. I mean, in a world that's affected by so many things, it's just hard to turn on the TV and listen to the politics put other people down and create that division and try to win by pointing out people's downfalls or the things that they thought that they did wrong, where the next person's going to point out the exact same things about them. And it just seems like a hamster wheel that goes around and around, that's just not pleasant a lot of times to listen to and get involved in.
So what is the truth?
I think that really all politics make it very difficult for people in America, because we're so worried about money and greed, and that we just lose focus on caring for the people and caring for the people that are, lower class, middle class, and upper class. It seems like there's always groups that are left out or that suffer more, sometimes just so that people can be a stepping stone so that others can raise themselves up. And I think that, our president now doesn't do the best job about being a positive role model and leader for anyone. And it's more like kind of him being the bully in the school. And people get scared and people get worried, and he kind of just throws a fit. And so I think that politics, to me, are kind of just a negative thing that is hard to really get invested in. And that's kind of probably me being a little passive, but we don't know where people are coming from. We don't know their struggles, and to just be a little more accepting and gracious to people instead of just thinking about money and putting other people down to make ourselves look better in the politic world.
Going back to the truth, do you have a definition of truth?
I think the truth for each person is different. I mean, I think it's hard to kind of put a full definition on that, because everybody interprets things differently. And I don't know that, I think my truth is different than everybody else's. So I think I have some things that I, firmly believe in, but I also don't put other people's truths down either. So really my truth is that we need to be kind and compassionate, and we need to be a better person to make a better world.
Is it your truth?
Yes.
Anything else that you would like to add?
I don't think
You have
so.
an opportunity to share something, or
I don't think so.
do you need anything?
No.
No?
I think that, yeah, if people could just slow down and be a little kinder, and I don't know, hopefully someday the politics will change in this world and that my daughter can see things differently than what we're seeing right now with all the division in the world.
How would it be?
I would hope that in the future that it's not all about the money, the oil, the greed, that it's more about the people. And right, if we compare things to other countries, it's different than America. People want to come to America, but then they get here and realize that it's not always the best, although it provides other opportunities, but just not so much division over, being the richest and having the best things.
Thank you so very much for your time and for your trust.
Thank you.